Hey, how's everybody doing tonight, man? I know it's been a rough little week. We got some cold weather, we got hot weather, we got Texas weather. Like they say, if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes and Texas weather will change for you. But hey, man, I'm glad everybody's here. I'm Ice from The World Is Yours Entertainment. This is the Mundo podcast, episode number 6. And I'm here with my good friend, special guest Rick Mancha from H-Town Bad Boys.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Big shout out to all the fans, all our families. Happy birthday to my daughter-in-law, Laura Mancha. I love you very much. We actually all love you very much. Big shout out to my grandkids, Ariana, Caleb, Cameron, Aaron, and baby Noah. And a new baby girl's on the way. Big shout out to all my family, all the musicians out there. Thank y'all for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys.
All right, man. We appreciate you, Rick. Happy birthday to everybody. So we're going to go ahead and get our podcast started. Let me go ahead and get on with the new, man. I just made this new intro. So here we go. We're going to drop the intro. Be ready. We're going to start the podcast right after that. Here we go.
The world is yours. You can hold it in your hand. The world is yours to control and command. Yo, I'm the master of my own destiny. That's right. And I ain't worried about your weaponry. I mean especially the world. Yeah, this world belongs to everybody.
All right, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in with us this week. Like I said, we got special guest here, Rick Mancha from H-Town Bad Boys. Saludo to my good friend Rigo Rodriguez out in South Texas, man. Hope all is going well with you. So, Rick, man, finally we get together, man. I'm glad and happy to have you here, man. I know y'all been busy in San Antonio and, getting some other gigs and work and things like that. But, man, I'm glad to have you here with episode number 6, man.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate the invitation. Also want to send a shout out to all the musicians that play with us, Alejandro Elias, Luis Pulido, Gabe Rendon, and the one and only Mr. Ruben Laredo. Big shout out to you guys.
Shout out to Mr. Ruben Laredo and Gabe, man. I know those guys personally. Like I said, I know Mr. Ruben. He's like 2-time, maybe 3-time Hall of Famer.
Yes.
On the accordion, and Gabe keeping the beat for you in the back, man. He's part of your. Hey, look, this episode is sponsored by the H-Town Bad Boys themselves. I've been having this shirt. Perfect time to bust it out.
There you go.
Perfect time to bust it out, man.
That. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Dorita, my good friend that's here with us here in the house. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, man. We appreciate everybody tuning in and joining in. We appreciate that TikTok. So, man, we're live now on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Twitter, YouTube. We're live in a lot of places, man. So the Mundo podcast is starting to take off a little bit, man. Look, got a little fancy, got the logo on the screen, got Mundo podcast number 6 with special guest Rick Mancha, H-Town Bad Boys. I'm glad I just spelled everything right, bro.
That's a pretty long name, brother.
Sometimes I get typing fast, I type pretty fast. And so I don't like look, I'm just typing. And then after I push save is when I see it like, I messed something up.
I hear you there, brother.
But, man, we're getting people jumping on and joining us here on the podcast. Like I said, this is the Mundo podcast, episode number 6 with special guest Rick Mancha from the H-Town Bad Boys. So, Rick, man, we're going to get into it, brother. We want to get all the way into it. We're going to open that can and get down, like the old folks say, get the little part that the spoon can't get. We're going to put our finger down in there and get it.
That's what I'm talking about right there, brother.
So, first and foremost, brother, salute to you.
Salute. Hold on. Here I come. Well, I don't want to do that live, so let me do it like this. Here we go. Let's take this shot.
Here we go.
All right.
Salute to you, brother.
Here's to all the people listening, all the fans out there, all our families and loved ones, going out to my beautiful wife as well. I love you, Ann. Thank you for always supporting us.
Salute. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now the dust is kicked off, Rick.
Watch out.
Give a shout out to Cindy Huerta, my good friend Cindy and Frank. They're from here in Baytown as well. Good people, good conjunto people that are always out and supporting the shows. Mr. Frank had his leg amputated. So, he was down a little bit, but I see Cindy posting videos and things with them. So shout out to Cindy and Mr. Frank. I got nothing but love for y'all and support. You know that. I appreciate y'all coming out. And more importantly, I appreciate y'all being a role model for our community to follow. Thank you for that. So, Rick, let's get into it, man. Where you born and raised at, man?
I was born out of Houston, Texas. Lived in Baytown for quite some time in my life. Then I went to the Rio Grande Valley, lived in McAllen. My mom was sick and my dad was sick. But I'm a Baytonian. I'm a Houstonian. I was born in Houston, but I'm here from Baytown. Also, if I can, real quick, big shout out to the mayor of Baytown, Brandon Castillo, and to Roland and Mr. and Mrs. Roland Martinez from TejanoLive.com and Crazy J. Thank you guys for being out there at Tejano Fan Fair and supporting us. Really appreciate y'all very much. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You know, Rick, I'm almost in the same thing. You know, I'm born and raised in Houston, and then I moved over to LaPorte, like in what was that, like 93, about 93, 94 range. And then I graduated from LaPorte in 99. Then I moved over to Baytown in 2006, man.
Okay.
And you know, I tell people I spend more years now in Baytown than anywhere I've ever been in my life. So about 2 or 3 years ago, I finally say I'm a Baytonian, brother. So
come on,
from one Baytonian to another.
Hey, man. Hey, it's good to be back home. You know, I was out for a while, and you know, but I'm back home now. You know, I'm here to serve the people. You know, and hopefully, you know, you guys will come out on Facebook and Instagram, and you know, follow us on Facebook at H-Town Bad Boys. You know, just look us up and follow us, and we hope you like our music. You know, and if there's something particular that you like and you'd like for us to try, we're more than open to, you know, try and play whatever, you know, the people would like to hear.
I like that, brother. I like that. So look, let me spell that for you. It's H dash town BADD, because they ain't bad enough for one D. They gotta be 2D. The double D BOYZ. H-Town Bad Boys, man. So y'all go check them out. Shout out to my good friend, my brother Tony Montana. Thank you for tuning in, Tony. Appreciate that, man. We gotta have you here one day, man. You gotta be episode 8 or 9, man. We gotta get you in here.
Come on.
So born and raised in Houston, or born in Houston, brought up here in the Dirty Bay, as we say, you know.
Yes.
So what was your musical influences growing up, Rick?
My musical influences, well, everybody knows, you know, back in the day, Joe Lopez and Grupo Mas, you know, they used to my dad had a big old stack of albums, you know, and back then is when the record player still existed.
Yeah.
And cassettes and 8-track tapes. So my dad grew up listening to a bunch of Los Únicos, Los Clásicos, Roberto Pulido. But the one that inspired me the most was my uncle. His name is Armando Mancha, and he's from the Valley. He used to play with Serrano, Ricardo Guzman. He also played with another band called Silencio back in the day. But you know, he started. I heard him play the drums when I think I was about 6 years old, and after that, you know, I've loved music. But you know, growing up as in Houston, you know, coming from a lower income family, you know, my family wasn't able to afford any type of instrument for me or anything like that. But you know, my mom and dad always worked hard and tried to provide for us, you know. But my uncle was one who really inspired me, you know. And when he started playing with Serrano, you know, I mean, I was at all, because you know, Tejano music was just changing in its own way. But you know, we play a little Tejano conjunto, you know, we change it up. We like to, you know, try and keep it neutral with everybody, you know, because some people like conjunto, some people like Tejano, you know. And we do quite a bit of cover songs. But you know, we're working on that right now to get our own CD out, and it should be out in a couple of months.
Yeah,
and
man.
I just hope, you know, that everybody's listening. You know, once it comes out, you know, y'all start calling the radio station and asking for our music. Yeah,
Rick, that's really nice, man. You know, I've had y'all a few times play for, you know, us at the Cantina, and then, you know, my shootout I did at the Social with my good friends Jose and Ramon and Sensible,
Yes,
man.
Sensible.
That was a really good show there, man.
Them guys jam.
That was a good show, man. You know, give a few more shout outs real quick. Shout out to Francisco Huerta and Joey Castillo. Joey, man, see y'all doing good things with your conjunto, man. Conjunto Historia. Sounds good, bro. Need to get you on the podcast too. Another Baytonian. You know, a lot of Baytonians in the conjunto. You know, and of course, I got to give a shout out to my boy, Mr. Foreplay himself. You know, Mr. One Time, Tony Ibarra from Conjunto Foreplay, man.
Yeah.
And we also got my boy Luther Thomas in the building, PMD. I got to get y'all on the podcast. We got a lot of people tuning in to us today, Rick. It's a good thing, man. It's a nice thing.
Yeah.
So when you know, let's go back to, you know, when you was growing up and listening to the music, you know, my uncle inspired me as well in conjunto. My uncle Joe Molina from Los Primores, you know, he's the oldest in my family, and you know, as far as I can remember, like they say in the movies, as far back as I can remember, I remember conjunto music as my uncle. You know, it's one of the first musics that I remember, you know, growing up listening to and hearing and seeing my uncle, you know, performing, and sometimes he would host like the Waterville Plaza Festival in Magnolia back in the day. And no, that's not the city Magnolia, but the Barrio Magnolia. You know, there's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Big difference, brother. Big difference. Yeah.
It's a big difference. But I remember seeing my uncle, MC, and like I talked, my uncle did the first podcast with me, and we laughed about it. My grandma clipped the clipping from the Post or the Chronicle,
right.
Where it said Joe Molina and hosting, and it had a
Yes.
picture of my uncle, and I think she even had it like stuck up on the wall, since forever, man. So Conjunto and my family go back, man. It's my uncle was my inspiration as well with the Conjunto and stuff. But were you more of the because Tejano and really Tejano Conjunto is pretty much still the same
Yes.
as it has always been, because it's traditional. A lot of people may not know, Conjunto is basically a 4-piece, possibly 5, because if the singer doesn't play an instrument, then he has to sing.
Right.
But it's rancher music, the guys were out in the fields all day.
Yes.
They come home, eat some food, gather together on the weekend maybe, or on Sunday afternoon,
Yes.
or on a late night, light the fire and sit around, and it's just simple music. There's no flair, je ne sais quoi, as they would say, to Conjunto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking shit. I like it. That's like I'm a Catholic. I was Catholic. I was an altar boy and all that. And Catholicism reminds me that it's very quiet. Very like old school feeling.
Yes, it is.
And then you go to some of these churches, they got instruments and bands, angels falling out of the sky.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about.
It's like with Tejano, because Tejano is the classier version of Conjunto, not classier, but the jazzed up, the polished up,
yes,
where they took the sound of the Conjunto and put the tassels with the flames and the leather the leather pants and added the mullet to it. I think if we didn't have the mullet, it wouldn't have went nowhere, bro.
I know that's right.
But with the mullet, it took the mulletino. That's where the power came from, and it took Tejano. So were you or are you Tejano accordion fan or more of a Tejano keyboard fan?
To be honest, I'm pretty neutral. I mean, I love the keyboard. I've always loved the keyboard since I was small.
Yeah.
But the accordion just in itself, really caught my attention. And as I mentioned before, it's something that I've always wanted to learn how to play. I've just life itself and things just going on in life, it's kind of hard to come through. So for me, I would say I'm neutral, but I'd lean over a little bit more to the accordion because the accordion just has that oomph, just like, for example, Tony Conjunto foreplay, when he plays that accordion, it's just like, it's as soon as he starts playing, I'm ready to get down, I'm ready to go dance. Come on, let's go dance. And also I want to do a shout out to Tony Barra and Conjunto foreplay. Congratulations on your CD also. Also to Imposible. But I really want to thank Tony Barra because he really inspired me to follow my dream. Him and Jose Ancira, when they were playing at the Hangout, and not to jump off the subject, but I want to mention this. Hey,
well, hold on at the Hangout. I got a salute to my good friend, the Chaparrito. He's small but picoso, Danny Ovaje. He's watching us here, man. Shout out to Danny Ovaje. That's somebody that I look up to, bro. Yeah. Danny's been doing Conjunto for a very long time here in the city, compared to me. But Danny and my good friend Tejano Loco, those guys are the people that I look up to, bro. Yeah. And in the behind the scenes kind of, the promotion and the entertainment side of it, like the people that I look up to, Danny and Tejano Loco, you know what I mean? Yeah. Those guys been doing it so long, it's second nature to these guys. I'm running as hard as I can to catch up. You know what I mean?
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Shout out, like I said, to my boy Danny Ovaje and the Hangout event and the Tejano Loco himself, man. Shout out to my boy Tejano Loco, man. That guy's doing shows. He's in the boat. They said he swam. They left him in Mexico and he swam to the boat. That's what I heard. He said, "Nah, hombre, pues you left me."
I got an extra boat if you need it. Let me know.
Shout out to my good friend Tejano Loco. We got some more people to give a salute real quick, Rick. Shout out to Tomas. He's saludo from Colorado, man. Shout out to you, brother. I've been out there before. It was snowing in Colorado the other day.
Yeah.
My brother, shout out to my brother Stress. He's out in Maine. It was snow. He showed me a video and it was like 8 inches of snow, And I was like, bro, it's hot, wet, and rain. Hot, wet, and rain. And shout out to my good friend Ray Torres, man, from over in Rockport.
Come on.
Ray does what I do. He's an inspector as well, but Ray also plays the bajo sexto, and he's playing in some band. They have a band they're just getting together now. So shout out to my good friend Ray, man. Then we got Roy Mesa in the building. Shout out to Roy, man. Roy's another guy, man, a legend promoter here in town.
I love Roy. What's up, Roy? Daniel Valle, what's going on? Tejano Loco, how y'all doing out there?
You know, Roy,
thank you for tuning in.
Roy's another, you know, legend in the building. You know, somebody that's been doing it for a long time. And I wish on my end, bro, because sometimes people say, you know, it's hard, you know, there's only one piece of cheese and all of us are running for it, you know?
Yeah.
But me, bro, if you ever go back and watch any time that I was putting on an event, I tell people, hey, man, for example, hey, Roy's doing this over there. Daniel Valle is doing this. Tumbleweeds is doing that. If you don't go see me, go see somebody and support.
That's right.
Because it's selfish when we get to like that and, oh, well, only come to see me, man. Hey, man, this is our culture, bro. This is our people.
Yeah.
Of course, we want to be successful. I wish that it was still where everybody was successful. You know, back in the day, and you had all the clubs in town with hundreds, you know, 500, 400, 300 people at each club. Now, sheesh, we're fighting for 300 or 400 people between us, you know?
Yeah.
But there ain't no fighting on my end, man. Like I said, I wish nothing but success and, you know, because if we're successful, we grow, you know, and that's what it's about. Because no matter what anybody says, they say, well, Conjunto and Tejano's not dying. It's not dying, but we all could say something's going on. If we want to be respectful with it,
yes.
You know, we would be naive to say otherwise.
Right.
You know, I've put my money where my mouth is, bro.
I know that's
and you've been there with me before, bro.
Yes,
and I've taken every step to make a great show, and still sometimes, you know, come out of my pocket hurting. But hey, it's okay. You know,
it's all right.
We do it for the love of the music and our culture, and to keep it going. You know what I mean? So it's a little hard, man. Shout out to Lotus, and then shout out to my good friends, man. George Tez, you know, they just put out an album as well.
Yeah.
The Familia Tez, Los Tez, they have a new album out. And then also George is part of my uncle's band, Los Rumores, and they have a new album out, man.
Okay, cool,
that's their second album out. It's available on all digital and streaming services and platforms. Shout out to my little brother, Sean, my little big brother, Sean. Shout out. Shout out to my cousin, Michael. Missing you, Mike. We need to get together soon. That's right, Roy. Hey, same with me, brother. I share everybody's, man. I try to tell people, you go look at my page, and you'll see almost as many shares of other people's events and things than in my own.
Yeah.
Because I'm not afraid, bro. Like sometimes as a human, we get afraid because we don't want nobody to be successful because we think their success is going to outshine us.
Right.
I don't compete with nobody, bro. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I do what I do because I want to do it. I don't do it to say, oh my God, I got to compete. Hey, man, I'll put the same people's thing on the same day. I'm doing what I'm doing because I want to do it. Because this is what I want to do. You know, I don't do it to compete. So if you're competing with me, hey, I'm sorry, you win, because you're not competing with me, because I'm not competing with nobody. I'm competing against myself. You know,
I agree with you 100%. You know, for me, the music is not about competition, who's better, who's not. You know, for me, I just want to play because I love the music. You know, that's what it's about. You know, it's about entertaining the people. You know, I do a little dancing here and there on stage. You know, some people like it, some people don't. But I'm gonna be me. You know, I'm gonna do me because, you know, that's what it is. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're there for, is to entertain the people. You know, some people might like it, some people don't. That's okay. You know, like I say, I think the same way, brother. You know, I'm not in competition with nobody. I just want to play and, you know, enjoy myself and just hope that the crowd enjoys our music as well. Also, a big shout out to Roy Mesa. How you doing, my brother? Good to see you on the podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all be looking out because Roy's gonna be bringing some people too.
That's good, man. I'm happy to hear that, man. I'm happy to hear that. And I know, you know, Houston's a little weird, you know, because, you know, at the Cantina, for example, you know that.
Yeah.
I like bringing new, you know, I always have a Houston artist, but then I bring, you know, people from out of town too, right?
Yes.
And then people tell me, Migo, I was gonna go, but I didn't know who they were. but the week before that, they told me, Migo, I'm tired of the same old music.
Yeah.
But then what do we, you know, like, man, there's so many great conjunto bands here in Texas.
Yes.
And that's where it's disheartening a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, Rick, it hurts a little bit to know our people are so talented, bro.
Yes.
So talented.
Yes.
And I'm not talking just Houston, South Texas, San Antonio, the Valley, like all over Texas. As far as conjunto goes, we are still in the like golden era
yeah.
of Conjunto right now.
Yeah.
But the problem is the people aren't listening to it like that no more. For example, you know, I brought up Ernesto Cardenas in Conjunto en Pozo. I brought man, who else we brought? We brought David Martinez and Panchito Conjunto X from the Valley. We brought up Flavio Longoria, you know, great Conjunto bands, bro. You know, some people from Dallas. My boy David and his band from Dallas, you know, and like, man, I honestly, I swear to God, bro, I've never had a show where I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, like these guys, man, come on.
Yeah.
Every show I've ever had, I've been like, God, I can't understand why there's not hundreds of people here, bro, because the music has been on point. Yes. And then you feel let down as a promoter. Then you feel like, man, I let these guys down because I know, like, for example, I know you, bro. And I know you're an entertainer, and how you get on stage and you're dancing and you loving what you're doing.
Yes.
And it feels great to be on stage. It feels great to be the promoter and to get up on stage and you got a packed house and it's like, I'm about to open this gate and these bulls are about to run out. And you know, like, hey, y'all better be ready because we came to party tonight and it's gonna be, you know, like, hey, bro, I'm the first person that knows.
Oh yeah.
The crowd's not there tonight, you know, and I got to do my best to still have a smile on my face and put forth. And like I've said before, man, if it's 10 people, if it's 10,000 people, we're gonna party and we're gonna do the best that we can do every night. You know what I mean?
And that's what it's about, brother. Because it's like you said, it don't matter if there's 10 people or 100 people or 10,000 people. You know, the show's gonna go on regardless. You know, and that's what you do as an entertainer. You know, you're not always gonna have a big crowd. You know, you're not always gonna have a small crowd. So, you know, I agree with you 100% there, brother. You know, I don't understand. You know, as far as like with the culture, I mean, you know, we as Raza need to stick together, you know, and start pushing more, you know, and supporting more. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a local band, if it's a band from South Texas, a band from Dallas, San Antonio, it doesn't matter. The thing is, you need to come out and support, you know, because that's who we are, you know, that's how we uphold each other as Raza, you know, because it's the Raza that comes together, and everybody knows in the time of need or when things go bad, that's what we do. We come together. We come together as one, and we help each other out. You know, not talk about each other, not put each other down. Because for me, like you said earlier, it's not a competition. You know, we just love to play music. Yeah. You know, so. And
I see that, bro. I every time I've had you, you know, on a show with mine, on a card of mine, I know you give it your all, bro. And I greatly appreciate that, bro. You never said, God damn, hey, I'm paying you too. Hey. You're paying me. I don't give a.
I've never complained.
I'm joking. I know you genuinely care, Rick. Yeah, I know you do, brother, and I greatly appreciate that. Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
You know, we got my boy Sal Mix in the building. Appreciate it, Sal. He just dropped. You know, my boy Sal Mix is from Pasadena, man. Local rapper. He just dropped a new album out. Already. It's available. Got my boy BP. Appreciate you tuning in, Brandon. Hope all is going well with you, man. Then we got my good friend John Lopez. You know John Lopez from Silverado, man.
Yeah.
From South Houston.
I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
John's a good dude too, man. John, I need to get you on, man. He just had a hip surgery. He said he was like you, dancing so much. He was his hip finally gave out, man. And so he had to get a new one, RoboCop hip.
Come on.
But you know, shout out to John and Frank and Hector and you know all the guys in Silverado, man. Local Tejano band, great Tejano band from here in South Houston, Taco Town, man.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to John Lopez. Hope you're doing better, and we hope we'll get you on the show soon, John.
Yeah, we'll keep praying for you, John.
We got Diego, my boy Diego Reyes, man, from Puerto Rico. ¿Qué lo que? Hey, papi, ¿qué hace? ¿Todo bien? See, I don't talk Spanish because I speak Spanish, but I speak Caribbean Spanish, you know? Okay. So people were like, man, what the heck? Like, hey, güey, ¿qué está pasando? Like, ¿dónde estás y los baños?
Come on.
But I learned to speak Spanish when I was in the islands, man. Okay. So when I came back home, you know, everybody's like, man, you speak Spanish, but why you sound Puerto Rican? I don't know. This is the way I talk.
I hear you, brother.
It's just the way I talk, man. I'd rather speak than not speak, though, you know. But we got my good friend Kyle. Thank you for tuning in, man. If you're looking for a fishing lure, you fishing it?
I ain't been fishing in a minute, but I'd love to get some time.
You know, I don't fish because I got all my nigglets, and if I go out fishing, all I'm catching is a tan attitude and having to spank people, take people's fishing lure. They got caught. Ali caught Chico in the fishing line. They're fighting. He's hungry. He's got to go take a shit. You know, it's like I just want to throw the line and drink some beer, and just hang out and just watch the water.
Hey.
But I ended up got to be a referee and everything else, man.
Hey, make sure you wear your striped suit next time.
Yeah, I know, man. But if you need some fishing lures, my good friend Kyle, he's on here, man. Kyle, check him out. He makes fishing lures from scratch. He makes them at his house. Wow. So I'm sure he can make you a custom one if you would like a certain color or something like that. He'll make it for you, man. So get with my boy Kyle. And then we got the original Picoso, the Chiquito pero Picoso, Roman Luncio.
Come on.
Shout out to my good friend, my buddy Roman Luncio from Conjunto de Mancha. What's going on, brother? I hope it's all going well with you, man. Roman's been doing good, man. Keep it up, Roman.
Yeah.
So let's get back to it, Rick. You know, like I was talking about, you know, the accordion and versus the keyboard and Tejano. You know, I'm kind of like you, bro, where I like it all. You know what I mean? Like when the charanga came out, that changed my life too. You know what I mean? Because it was I always thought Hugo from Fandango USA, I thought they were like Colombian or Venezuelan or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know Hugo's from far from San Antonio, Texas. You know, he had the mud too.
Yeah.
With the Power Ranger suit on. What? But when I listen to Tejano music with the accordion, of course it's badass. Yeah. But then you hear some songs with the keyboard and you're like, oh my God, this is, you know, so for me, it's always a hard call to say. I can't say I like either or. I like both. I like it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I lean towards the accordion. But then I hear a Tejano song with the keyboards only. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about this one, man. Badass. And it's like, shit, man, it's badass, man. So it's hard for me to make that call. But man, when we should do something new, do conjunto with the keyboard instead of an accordion. I'm just, you're gonna get shot. You do that.
Hey, I need security. Stage security.
We want to dance. You're going to be like Selena's dad when he's saying we belong together. Somebody's going to kill you. A keyboard doesn't belong in conjunto. Watch, now we're saying it, so you're going to see a band.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be trying it, dog, with the keyboard.
Hey, we're going to be the first band. Here we go.
A keyboard conjunto band, man. Yeah. Damn, that would be funny as shit, man. Like, look, Danny, he jumped out of his chair. Danny fell out of his chair. Danny, I'm gonna get a song just for you, man.
Come on.
The keyboard on the conjunto.
We can do it like the old ways when they would play like Los Temenarios or something. Put that in the conjunto. Here we go. I'm just kidding now.
You know, I've seen some of that, even like the now keep it on the same subject, but a little different, you know, apples to oranges. You know, there's some of the old school you know, Tejano bands that play the guitar, electric guitar instead of a bajo sexto, you know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to my boy from Los Pecadores and also Los Chachos. Okay, they do the same, man. I brought both of them. Really good people, man. Come on, Danny. Danny wants to hang us. Look, Danny's mad. Danny said, "Don't ever disrespect."
No, Danny, don't do that.
Danny said, "Don't ever disrespect the conjunto like that with the keyboard idea." But it's you know, same thing, man. I've seen guys, you know, come old school style with the guitar, and I was like, "Damn, how do you play the guitar like that?" But you know, they just like silence the fret and just make it sound like that.
Yeah.
You know, which is really cool too, instead of the bajo sexto, you know?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot different, you know. I mean, I've even heard of, you know, a couple of bands, you know, playing Tejano music and using the bajo sexto.
Yeah, no, you know? A lot of people do that, use the bajo sexto instead of, you know, David Olivares, you know, it's just kind of conjunto Tejano-ish, you know what I mean? But, you know, they use the bajo sexto, and I think so does Mike Gonzalez, the Iconics, they use the bajo sexto too a lot, man. Yeah. So it's, you know, apples to oranges, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to see a band though, bro. Like you know, I do a lot of promotion, not only in conjunto and Tejano, but also in bachata and stuff. I want to see a 12-piece conjunto band or Tejano band have a guitar and a bajo sexto and a keyboard and an accordion, bro. Have it all.
Here comes Danny. Where you at, Danny? Where you at, Danny?
Have it all, man.
Yeah.
Freddie Gomez was the man that used to use the guitar in the conjunto. Wow, Roman, that's cool, man. I gotta check him out, man. And that's something very unique. And then also here with the Tejano Legends, shout out to Rudy Burga and the VFW Hall Post 9187. They had honored some people a few months ago or so, and I went. I can't remember his name. I have the video on my feeds though. He was playing the bass, but with a keytar. What? You know, like a keyboard, like the guitar.
Yeah.
But he had it in the bass, and he was playing the bass in a Tejano band, but with the keyboard guitar.
Wow.
So imagine.
Wow.
Imagine how hard that used to be.
That's different.
That's different, man. When I saw him, I told Rudy, I said, "Is he playing the guitar?" And then he's playing a bass guitar.
I've never seen one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So
I ain't never seen one before.
he was like this. Look, I just happen to have one of my keyboards right here.
Come on.
He had the guitar, but he was playing the bass, so he was like,
Wow.
and I was like, God damn. But I'm sure if you, I have the video of my Facebook feeds. You know, you can go look at it. But I'm sure if you ask him though, bro, it came out of necessity. I'm willing to bet that, like, hey, my keyboard can make a bass sound.
Yeah.
And we ain't got a bass player. let me see what I can do. I guarantee. You know, hey, bro, as a people in the onda and the culture, we're not the biggest, we're not the strongest. Obviously, Ramon Luncio and Danny can attest to not the biggest. You know, we're not the strongest, but how we survive as a culture and how we've progressed in this world, we are some adaptive mother effers, bro. Like, you know, example, I'm sure somebody needed a bass, but he had a keyboard, and that's how he ended up playing it like that.
Yeah.
Because we don't take no for an answer. We're resourceful, bro. Like, hey, oh, I don't got this. Hey, well, let me see what I can do to make this work. You know what I mean? That's how it happened, man. And Ramon said that Tony De La Rosa used to use the guitar in the early years. Yeah, man. It's cool to see that. It's cool to see something different than the norm. You know what I mean?
Brother, it is, you know. And you know, I'm always open to suggestions, you know. One thing about being a musician is you gotta be open-minded. You can't have a one-track mind, you know. You gotta be open, you know. Take some from this, take some from that, you know, take some from this instrument, you know, mix it up and see how it sounds. You know, if it's good, go with it. If it's not good, you know, keep trying to find something that you like.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Frank Newsom. Shout out to my daughter Alexis. I love you, baby. Shout out to my boy Mark Hernandez out there raping it tonight, man. And then Roman Lucio again with the Conjunto Will Never Die. Hey, you're right about that,
That's
man.
right, brother. That's right.
We get somebody got to make a shirt. Conjunto till we die, right there. Free shirt, free shirt, man. I just need my 10%. Me and Rick, I'm gonna give him 5% of my 10%.
Come on.
So, man, now we're, you know, we got into a little tangent there. You know what I mean? So, who are some of your favorite bands growing up, though? I know you said Mas and some, but your uncle and things. But like, you know, what are some of, like, okay, for example, like me, you know, I listen to all Conjunto and Tejano, but like there's some songs that I like. If I start listening to Conjunto and Tejano, I gotta listen to these in it. And you know, one is from Gary Hobbs. Te vas a recuerda a mí. Boy, that's a jam, boy. Yeah. My good friend, shout out to my good friend David Mares. Mujer, te estoy pensando. Like, there's like a few songs like if I get into the Conjunto and the Tejano mood, I gotta listen to my good friend Tony Sainz. You know, Tony, man, is one of the tops in Conjunto, bro. And Que te dan. It's another song like that I love, bro. I just something about a few songs. So what are some of your songs that you really like to?
Not to mention David Mares. What's up, David Mares? Big shout out to Panchito Bautista. Badass sound guy, man. Whenever you're in San Antonio, look him up, man. Y'all need a sound man. I don't know if he's open or not, but you know, look him up. Badass sound person. But for me, was Grupo Mas. Gary Hobbs was another one. Esteban Jordan. My mom's cousin used to play the guitar with him.
Wow.
Back in the day, you know. So I listened to a lot of Esteban Jordan. You know, I know a lot of his music as well. Who else can I tell you? Let's see. La Movida was something we could pick up on a little radio station. Jaime Los Chamacos, you know, back in the day. And it's when I was growing up in Baytown, they used to have a place in Old Baytown. It's called the Rotten Reel. And at one point they had Las Chamacas. Come on now. I don't know if you remember them.
No, I don't.
It was a girl band like the Chamacos.
Yeah.
These girls actually played the accordion, played the bajo.
Wow.
And they jammed. I think I was like 14, 15 years old. That was Old Baytown. Right?
That was like in the 60s, right?
Oh, come on. What you mean? It was 1983.
I was about to say, what was that, like 92, 93?
No, it was it's a little bit older than that. I was born, let's see, about 82, something like that. 83. Yeah, something like that.
I remember those times. I was like 3 or 4 years old. Bro.
That's when I used to wear my Stacey Adams in my bag. My little derby hat, my little chain hanging on the side.
Damn, man. Yeah. Pelly side or OBT?
Pelly side.
Damn, man. The Pelly rat too, man. Representing Baytown
Come
to
on.
the fullest.
Big shout out to my brother Roy Sistos and Christine Sistos. I love you guys. Yeah.
So you was Baytown going through the tunnel, Baytown.
Oh yeah, I used to go down the tunnel, come up, come back. Yeah. That's before the Fred Harmon Bridge. I think it was before the tunnel started leaking or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's funny because I was raised in Magnolia, Southeast Houston, all my life. And then, we moved to LaPorte. When my dad worked at the plant, so we moved to LaPorte. And then I never really came to Baytown, bro. It's weird that like Baytown and Deer Park are the cities right adjacent to LaPorte. And I hardly knew anybody. I never would go there for some. I would go past it, but never go to Baytown or Deer Park. And it wasn't until I started working. I started in the plants when I was 18, 19. So, from working in the plants, now, shit, man, you know everybody in the grandma in Baytown and Deer Park, But
and like if I go somewhere, they'll be like, "Hey, where's your wife?" I'm like, "Trying to have dinner, man. My wife's home. Hey, where's your wife? Hey, how's your family? Hey, what's going on?" But it's just everybody knows everything, and not everybody, but people just you get to meet a lot of people, and it's a big town, but it's not a big town,
people don't realize though how big Baytown really is though. Speaking of that, we got to give some shine to Baytown, man. We're Baytonians. Yeah. I have a friend. He does. He's a barber, but then he does like Amazon on the side. And he told me the other day, he's like, "Damn, bro, I didn't know Baytown was that big. I'm from LaPorte. LaPorte's only the size of like old Baytown. We got Baytown that I live in. Then we have New Baytown, Mount Bellevue.
Yep.
So Baytown is pretty big, man. It's pretty big, bro.
Yeah.
Baytown used to be 3 cities though. It was Baytown, Goose Creek, and Humboldt.
Yep.
Or not. What was it? Baytown, Goose Creek.
And,
what was Exxon used to be called? I had to put us on the spot. But Baytown used to be 3 cities because Gary Busey, the actor, he was born here too.
Really?
Born in Baytown, Texas.
Wow. I didn't know that.
But it don't say Baytown. It says the other city.
Baytown, Goose Creek.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to look it up here in a second, man. But Roy Mesa says Marco Roscoe, he's jamming too, man. So speaking of Marco Roscoe, David Lee's had the gambit of gambits.
Oh yeah.
The cuatro races, with Marco Roscoe, Ram Herrera, Emilio, Jay. Out of those 4 right there, man, who do you think is your favorite from right there out of those 4? And shout out to David Lee, bro.
Yeah.
To not only to have 4 of like the Mount Rushmore almost,
yes.
Of Tejano, you gotta add, Jimmy and Jay, to that Mount Rushmore's word. But I'm just talking about for one man, David Lee Garza, to be able to have Ram, Emilio, Jay, guys that are known by their first names.
Yeah.
And Marco Roscoe, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that is like,
yeah, it's kind of a tough situation, man, because they all have immaculate voices. The music they play, it's immaculate. And it'd be kind of hard to choose, man. I love Ram. I know Ram personally. He's played for Christmas para los Niños. When he's come out here, my brother's vice president of Christmas para los Niños. He does a lot for the kids in Baytown as well. The whole organization. Big shout out to them as well. I've seen Emilio. Actually, I've seen Emilio 2 weeks before he passed. He was here at Caballo Negro.
Yeah.
Here in Baytown, and then Jay. I just went over there with Roy this past Friday.
Did you?
Where Jay was playing, you know, and Marco Roscoe. I've seen him plenty of times. All of them have immaculate voices, So.
That was me,
That's
man.
not me, brother. That's not
Let
me.
me call him back. DJ Sai, I'm gonna call you back in a little bit, brother. Let me get out this pie. I'll call you back. Shout out to Miss Jenny. Hello, Miss Jenny. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. We also got Jojo Hernandez. If you need a sound guy in the city of Houston, we got Danny Ovahia, and you also can get with Jojo Hernandez, man. One of the best sound guys. I use him a lot too, along with the Danny and Bobby in the Hangout event. So if you need a sound guy, get with Danny, Bobby, or Jojo Hernandez. Of course, shout out to my boy Carlos La Sombra. He's always around. You can't see him because he's always in the shadows, but he's a good guy, man. I love you, Carlos. You know that, man. But like you're saying, bro, with the Mount Rushmore there, to me, Ram is always to Isaac. Ram is always gonna be like the George Strait of our music. You know what I mean? Like Ram to me is Ram the man, the most wanted man. Hey, bro, hey, you're only the most wanted man because of a reason, right? And Emilio to me is like the Garth Brooks of our was Garth Brooks a better overall than George Strait? Maybe not. But was Garth Brooks a better entertainer and a showman? You got to say yes. Then George Strait's old school, just get up there, I'm going to do my thing and sing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks was coming off the zip wires and, all the crazy, and Emilio which to me is like that with the Emilio shuffle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would have to say Ram to me, and I know Ram as well, you know what I mean? He actually gave me a rose before, bro. I'm joking, man. He didn't give me a rose. I was mad because he didn't, but
come on.
Ram, like I said, Ram, but then keep it going. It's like by saying that, I'm not no way at all taking nothing from Jake Perez. Jake Perez is a phenomenal. I said his last name Puerto Rican style, but I gotta say Jake Perez. I said Jake Perez, and then people are gonna be like, "What is he?" Who's Perez?
Watch it, we're gonna start talking Puerto Rico.
Yeah, I know. But Jay Perez has phenomenal songs that Jesus are some of the greatest songs of our industry.
Yes.
And then going to the next subject with Marco Orozco, I have asked before a few times in Facebook. To me, Ricardo Castillon, shout out to Ricardo and La Diferencia, my good friend Nick, and again David Mares. To me, those two guys, I love their voice, bro. Like, no homo, but dude, them dudes are phenomenal singers. And I posted that before, and people were like, well, Marco Orozco, I said, hey, I can understand it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I don't like Marco too. Marco Orozco is a phenomenal, like we're splitting hairs here now. You know what I mean? But has Ricardo had as many hits as Marco? Maybe not. But hey, man, Ricardo to me is shit, bro. Like
when he sings, you're like,
yeah, bro.
It catches your attention, and it's like, wow,
really good music, man. Yes. And then David Mares, David does it so easily. So like I'm an engineer as well, not in work, but a musical engineer. I record sound, I produce. So when I hear people sing, like, I can see, like David Mares does it so like
he's just
suave, bro. Yeah, the voice of Oro, it's like he's just not even trying, and it's just like, son of a bitch. You see people like trying so hard, and David's just like, and it's like angels singing.
Yeah.
So to me, Ram out of the Mount Rushmore there, out of Jay, Emilio, Ram, and Marco Orozco, and out of the best singers to me, I say David and Ricardo, man. Those are guys that I like a lot, bro. That I think are really good. No disrespect to nobody, because
right.
Like I said, Gary Hobbs is one of my favorite. Jay Perez has a lot of really good songs and is a very phenomenal, talented artist.
Oh yeah.
But we're splitting hairs. You know what I mean? Yeah. But shout out to Ray Torres, man. He also got sound as well. If you need some sound down in the valley or some sound anywhere else, Ray Torres, get with Ray Torres, or get with my tocayo Isaac de los Santos. Sometimes people get me and Isaac confused because our name's Isaac and my last name's De La Cerda. His last name's De Los Santos.
Okay.
So it's easy because that are both of our last names. No, most people don't have that. De La. I'm sure maybe at one time you were Rick de la Mancha and they got tired of saying De La, so they just cut it off. Rick of the Stain, they got tired of hearing it. I was abused, and my dad's like, your fucking last name's De La Cerda. You're not going to take off the De La part. So, we stay by that. But, shout out to Isaac de los Santos, my tocayo, he does the studio. It's the Conjunto Cartel studio down in South Texas.
Okay.
So if you're ever in South Texas or anybody else in South Texas, they need to get with a studio, get with Isaac de los Santos or get with Ray Torres, and they'll get you taken care of, man. Some good people, good guys, man. Shout out to Rafael Perez, man. We appreciate you tuning in with us. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Sorry, man, I've been neglecting y'all. It's a little hard, Rick. We got people on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever they want to call it nowadays, YouTube, TikTok. I got 3 different pages of Facebook that I'm streaming on, so it's a little hard, man.
You kind of look like a robot.
I'm
gonna do something. There we go.
Hey, over here. So shout out to Manuel Solis, also tuning in, man. So let's keep it going, man.
Talk to me.
So when did Rick Mancha decide, okay, I know you said, your family didn't really have the money to get you kind of what you wanted, but when did you start knowing, like, hey, I wanted to be a singer? Would you just singing songs off the radio, singing a song to your girlfriend, or just singing out loud? Because when I used to sing, my dad would be like, shut the fuck. I did sing a song to my 5th grade girlfriend when I was a little boy in Genoa Elementary on O'Galveston Road.
Okay.
I sang more than words to her, bro.
Come on.
Hey, man. Hey, what are you more pimping?
Come on.
Boy, pimping. That was a good song.
It was. That was a. I can't say what it kind of song was.
Hey, I was in 5th grade. I was trying. I was trying, bro. 5th
So
grade.
it would be inappropriate to say what I wanted to say. So.
Hey, I was trying. I just know I went to the Amita Skate right there in South Houston off O'Galveston Road, and they were playing Two Life Crew. Hey, we want some.
Yeah.
As a 3rd grade. 3rd grade. They were playing.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, you grew up in the hood. That's how we grow up, man.
Yeah.
So let me hear where you're at, man.
Man, I've been singing since I was like 5 years old. Growing up in Baytown, we really didn't have a lot of Tejano Conjunto stations, because the culture was different back then as far as, society itself, with the raza, and I grew up listening to Magic 102, the old jams, slow, slow R&B jams, and, I just started listening and, I started singing and that's how I just, I was in choir when I was younger, going through junior high and stuff, and as I got older, I learned about karaoke. I never knew what karaoke was, So I went to a Christmas party and I got in a contest and I actually won. Well, let me rephrase that. It was between me and a pregnant young lady. But I said, you know what? Go and let her have the money. She's pregnant. She goes, no. She goes, I want a competition. I said, no, ma'am. I said, you're pregnant. It's Christmas. Here, this is for you. She's like, no, I'm not going to take this money unless we do a sing-off. And we did. So, of course, I sang a George Strait song. And
what song was it?
Let me hear Cowboy Rides Away.
Hey, that's a good one. That wasn't my favorite, but that's a good one.
Yeah. And I actually play that on the guitar. A lot of people don't know, but I do play the guitar.
I got a guitar.
Come on, I get it right now.
I got a guitar right.
So, and one of the reasons I love country music, is because back in the day, they used to tell us, hey, Raza can't sing country. Oh, yes, we can, because you know what? We have a lot of Raza that have immaculate voices, like I mentioned before, and the thing is that no matter how many people try and put you down, you just got to continue to, move up, because, you got to have that drive because, you can't wear your feelings on your sleeve. You just got to keep moving. And so after that, I won and, I got into a contest in Dallas and it was one of the biggest contests in Dallas. I was actually in the finals and then some things happened in my life, that I couldn't compete anymore. And I came back and here I am. And I also sing gospel music. A lot of people don't know that, but I do sing gospel music with some brothers out of Dallas. It's called United Voices for Christ. Big shout out to my brother Maurice Thomas out there. I mean, this guy is phenomenal. He plays the keyboard, the organ. I mean, he can orchestrate the music, the voices, the harmony. And I get a lot of props from my brother, because he's one of the best ones out there, and y'all be looking out, for a CD from Maurice Thomas, United Voices for Christ.
That's amazing, brother. That's amazing.
I should have said this in the beginning, the podcast. First and foremost, I want to thank God for, for blessing us in a mighty way, and for allowing us to be here together. And I pray that each and everybody out there, is doing okay, healthy, and financial wise. And, God bless all of you guys.
Appreciate that. Amen, brother. Amen. It's a lot of things I do as well, man. And, sometimes I let people know and things like that. But, I mean, I go to church every day and all that kind of thing, but I'm a firm believer in God, bro. I do my best to be the best person I can be on an everyday basis, And, I believe in what the principal teachings are,
Yes.
Love your neighbor as you love yourself,
Yes.
Do unto others what you want done to you.
Yes.
And all of it breaks down to a simple thing to just be respectful. Respect yourself. Respect others. Don't allow nobody to disrespect you.
That's right.
And I had my good friend Dion on a couple of weeks ago, and we got deep into it, about all the kind of things. But love is truly the only thing that can conquer hate. And then to think about that on that kind of scale, bro. Hate is such an easy emotion to have as a human being.
It
Because
is.
at the end of the day, we're animals, you know?
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to be angry and to be upset than to be compassionate or to be remorseful on things, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, do I want to be an angry person all the time? I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I want to be happy, and I choose to be happy. That's the most important thing. My happiness is my decision.
Yes.
Nobody else is in this world,
That's right.
you know, but we allow people to dictate our happiness.
Yes.
We allow the world, sometimes it's an ugly world, to dictate our happiness.
Yes.
And life happens, and that's the hardest part, because we are not robots. You know, things happen beyond our control at times.
Yes.
And that's the hardest part, when our faith and hope sometimes is all that we have, you know?
Yes.
And Rick, I've been to a point in my life, and that's why I do a lot of what I do when I post. I was telling you earlier what I post on Facebook at times, because I've been to a point in my life where hope is the only thing I had, you know?
Yes.
Hope was the only string that was holding me on to this planet. If I lost that hope, hey, I would not be here, bro. Glory to God.
Amen to
And
that, brother.
it took a lot
Amen to
for
that.
me to stay. And I'm talking like in the cartoons when they're falling and you see those little strings busting.
Yeah.
I saw the strings busting, and I didn't have like but one or two left before I decided I need help and I need God. I need Him to put His hands underneath me.
Yeah.
And they're saying, hey, I don't mean to turn this all into church
No,
and
no,
stuff,
it's
but
good, it's good, brother.
you know, it's glory to God, bro.
Amen to that.
Glory to
brother.
God, bro. And I know, you know, like you had told me before, the things you've been through in your life, and you know, you're doing the gospel music and things like that. You know, sometimes people need to hear these things, you know,
Yeah.
because as a human and as a man and as a Chicano man, you know, we're born and bred, and most of us are taught the machismo way, you know.
Yes.
Don't cry, don't be hurt, don't be strong.
Yeah.
You know, do it. But it's okay to be emotional.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's okay to, because our grandparents, our fathers couldn't process those emotions because they
Right.
weren't allowed to process those emotions. I'm one of the hardest mother effers there is on this planet. Don't ever test me on that.
And I hear you.
But if I gotta cry, I'll cry.
Hey,
If I gotta be sad, I'll be sad. If I gotta love, I'll love.
that's right. And there's
Because
no
I'm
problem.
okay with that. I understand that does not make me less of a man.
No, sir.
Because I tell you, Rick, I love you, bro. I'm proud of you. Hey, I give you a hug when I see you. When we do shows and you come off the stage, I'm the first person standing there
Yes, you are.
happy with a freaking hand and a hug. Because I know you just did good. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm okay to show my emotion that way.
That's good.
And I want you to see that I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes.
embrace, because we contributed positive energy to the world that moment.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now when we leave, it may not always be the greatest, but at that moment in time, we gave positive energy to this world,
Yes.
bro.
Yes.
And that's what we got to get back to, bro. That's what we got to get back to, man.
Got you.
Positive energy. You know, so you were saying, you know, you were doing your you know, your shows, and then some life happened, man. What
Yeah.
happened there, bro? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I got in trouble, you know. I had to go away to community college for a little while, you know. But again, I'm not trying to turn this to a church thing, you know, but I honestly believe that God allows things to happen in our lives,
Yeah.
you know. And He kind of removed me, put me on the side for a little bit, just to make me understand and realize, you know, what family means, what your children mean, what life itself means, you know. And you know, I came home in 2013, and I got back with my high school sweetheart, you know, and we've been together ever since.
That's not cool, man.
You know, I'm not proud of what I've done, you know. I paid the price, a heavy price, you know. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, but you know, however, you know, you come out and you know, you have a choice, you know. You can continue to live the life you live, or you can make a change. You know, I wanted to make a change. You know, came home, sat down, talked to my sons, you know, and I told them, hey, you know, tell me what you need to say, you know, get it off your chest. Let's be open and let's move on. You know, I don't want anything in between us holding us back, because I wasn't able to be a part of their life, you know,
Yeah.
because of my stupidity, you know, because I wanted to, thinking I was bigger and badder, you know, being on top of the world, whatnot, you know. And it's like the song says, every dog has his day, and I had mine. And you know, it woke me up. It woke me up. In the process, I lost my dad. You know, I came home. My mom was having open heart surgery. You know, and you know, things just took a turn. So
And you know, Rick, that's what I tell people sometimes, bro. This is what we don't realize until we realize it. And that's the worst realization. Hey, man, that's too much rhyming there. But to be I don't want to get out of the moment, but the worst realization to have is that realization that we should have had, and we know that, right?
Yeah.
When you're like, son of a bitch, why, you know? But you took it as it's not too late, right?
Yeah.
Because we all go through a journey in this life, right?
Yes.
We're all born. We start dying from the day we're born to the day God calls us home.
Yes.
And we never know when that time is, right?
Yes.
And like you said, maybe you needed to be removed. And by doing what he did, you were able to process that and understand that and come out a better man, you know?
Yes.
And I said this when I was with Dion the other day. Shout out to my boy Dion. You know, we were talking. The hardest lessons in life to me, bro, are the lessons I learned from my kids.
Yes.
And to see their pain sometimes on me because of me, that's the worst lessons I can go through, bro. Like to have something happen because I did something wrong or I made the wrong choice.
Yes.
And to see my kids hurt is like, you might as well shoot me in the heart, bro. Because that hurt. That's when life gets hard sometimes, right?
Yes. Yes.
But as a man, I know I'm gonna make mistakes. As a mortal man on this planet, I was born to make mistakes. I was created to make mistakes.
Yes.
Only our Lord and Savior is born perfect.
Yes.
Other than that, I'm gonna make mistakes.
Yes.
And I know that though, and I'm able to understand that. I made a mistake. I did something wrong. I made the wrong choice. I made the wrong decision. But what do? I make myself better, bro.
Sure.
I learn from it. I get smarter. I get better because I'm a guy that loves my kids, bro. I love all my kids more than anything in this world. I don't baby those motherfuckers. They don't let that get twisted. You know, like my dad told me, motherfucker, go ahead and die. I got life insurance.
Hey, there you go.
You know,
Yeah.
but I'm a selfish. I'm not jealous or stingy with anything other than the love of my kids and my wife, because those belong to me. That's something I ask God for my wife's hand, that I'm going to protect her and I'm going to honor and cherish her. I ask God for her to be my wife, to be my spirit with me.
Right.
Through our spiritual love and God's affection, we created children to be on this planet.
That's right.
So those belong to me. I could be a
Yes.
bastard. I could be a son of a bitch. I could be the worst human being on this planet. My wife can't change. She can change me if she wants to, but she's still going to have my name. But my kids are going to be my kids to the day I die and beyond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those are the kind of lessons that hurt, bro. But I'm glad you're sharing this though, bro, because like I tell some people, and I'm not gonna call them by name because I talk to a lot of people, you know, and like I tell some of these guys, man, at least you have that epiphany, bro, to see the mistakes that were made. I always try to tell people we have to continuously go forward. Even if you fall forward, right?
Yes.
That way when you get up, you're still progressing.
Yes.
At least you have that epiphany to understand the route that you were on was going nowhere and was going to lead you to a dead end eventually, or a trap. You won't have a choice. Right. You were able to see that. You came to amend with your sons, and you it hurts. I'm sure it hurt
it
for them to tell you what they had to tell you.
Yes.
But you were able to understand that, and then you wanted the choice of choosing to be better, the choice of trying to be better.
Yes.
Attempting to be better.
Yes.
And Rick, I'm not saying you were I'm sure that you failed at times and you relapsed, and not saying with drugs or anything. I'm just saying relapse in emotion, and you let your, we all do that.
Yeah.
But to keep pushing it, to show us the most important thing, Rick, our kids watch us, bro. They are sponges, bro. Sponges. And it's crazy because I have a lot of nigglets, bro. they're surrounding me all the time. They don't I turn them up. He's one underneath the couch right now.
I got that. Please secure the back, please secure
But I got one daughter. Shout out to my beautiful daughter Alexis, and then my 4 boys. But my boys, there's times I hear them talking, and I'm like, God damn, man, they were listening, like how they talk, how they act, how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy that they watch us like that, and we don't understand that until you see it, and then you're like, son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Good and bad, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do my best to make my father proud. And there's times I talk to my dad, and he's one of the rare persons that I can talk to on this planet because I'm a psychopath. but he's one of the rare persons that's a psychopath too. We're in the same pod and can understand my padded room. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm sure there's times he's like, God damn, that little bastard.
He's still here.
He listened to me too much. I guess those whippings didn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, but the glory of God, though, bro, is that you were able to continue that path, bro. That's what I'm getting at. You found a dead end. You took a lateral step. You may even have to have taken a step back, but you took one step back to take 4 steps forward. Because as a being, as a man, and as a strong man, sometimes we get into that mode. I'm gonna smash forward. I don't care what's in front of me.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Sometimes it's okay. You have to take a step back because the road we're on is not a good road, and then you have to say, okay, I know I'm not down the right road here.
Yeah.
I may have to backpedal a few steps in order for me to take a few steps forward. But when that happens to me in my life, I try to better myself in a short amount of time so that I can make up and put into work, because I'm not afraid to work, and I'm not afraid to work on myself.
Yeah.
To put in that work to make up for those lost steps and then gain 5 steps on the new lessons that I learned.
Yes.
Past.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes. It's very true. Very true. And for everybody that's out there, you know, that's going through something, just know that, you know, it's not over. You know, sometimes what we want, we don't need, and what we need, we don't want. And that's where we have to make that choice on what we want to do, you know, because what we want, we don't really need in our life, but just because we want it, that's where the issues come in and the problems come in. So just stay focused on you know, on what you're doing, and just know that, and this goes out to everybody, you know, my door is open to anybody and everybody. And I'm kind of similar to Isaac, you know, I'll give anybody the shirt off my back if you ask me for it. If you need $5 and I have it, you need $20, you need $50. If I have it, I'll give it to you. There's no, hey, let me borrow. You know, if you want to give it back, fine. But it's what's in your heart. That's what counts, you know. And I'm not saying that's what sets me apart from anybody, because I'm nobody better than anybody else. I'm a human being just like everybody else, you know. But, you know, being part of H-Town Bad Boys, you know, we get a lot of good compliments stuff. I never get arrogant. I never, you know, hold my chest up. Oh, yeah, that's who we are. No, you know, I'm always humble. You know, I'll get off stage and I will talk to anybody and everybody, and I will stay there to the last person, you know, sits there talking to me. And I just want to move forward, you know, and I did, you know, I did slip, you know, and I came back. But just because you fall, some of the times that we fall is because we keep looking back, you know.
We don't see what's in front of us, bro. We don't see the beauty and the glory that God already set forth.
Yes.
Because we're so worried and so tangled up with the past, you know, like I wrote a song, it's a reggae song, but I'm going to say the lyrics. Today's going to be the day, nothing's going to get in my way. To forget about the past that was yesterday. Today's going to be the day, nothing's going to get in my way. Forget about the past that was yesterday. You can't progress forward carrying the weight of yesterday.
That's right.
And if you do progress, you're only going to take small steps because that weight's holding you down. You have to, I don't, like they say, I don't take losses. I take lessons. And I try to turn every loss into a lesson so that I don't make that. So that, again, I'm catching up that loss and stepping forward in a faster time because I improve myself to be better than that loss.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, one of the greatest quotes I ever read was from Terrence Howard, the famous actor, Terrence Howard. He says, forgiveness means giving up hope that the past will be different. Forgiveness means giving up hope that the past will be different. And it took me for a minute to grasp that, you know. So the way I took it is like, you know what? I can go fight every guy at the bar every single night. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to change the past. I can go and break windows and break everything in my house, but nothing's going to change the past, okay? The past is the past. There's nothing that we can do to go back and change it. You just have to either sweep up the pieces and throw them under the rug and make a completely new you and move forward and never look back. Because Joyce Meyer says, you know, when you keep looking back, you're holding on to that spiritual luggage, you know. Let it go. Let it go, because you know what? There's nothing that has happened in the past that we can change. Just move forward and be positive. And, you know, it has a lot to do with your surroundings too, you know. If they're really your friends want to see you move up. They don't want to see you come down. Yep. If they try and keep you there with them and they're not in a good spot themselves, then they're not really a friend, you know. hey, encourage it. You know, that's the thing about the raza, man. We have to keep encouraging each other to move forward, regardless of what's in our past, regardless of what we've done in our past, regardless of what happened. Let's move forward and then be positive. You know, make a change in your life because you want to make a change.
That's facts, man. That's facts, Rick. Let's give some more shout outs, man.
Come
We got
on,
more
let's
people
do it.
tuning in. Shout out to my good friend, my boy Rap Sumo, man. He's got an album out called Sumo World. Shout out to my good friend, my brother Rap Sumo, man. Shout out to my cousin Isaiah Mata. I love you, cuz. You know that. Rick, you got a shout out from the Tejano Martinez. She says, "Hola, Rick."
Hey, tell her hello, Miss Martinez. How you doing? TejanoLive.com in the house.
TejanoLive.com in the building. Shout out. Shout out to my boy Ricky Perez, Ricky the Rock, man, the original Ricky Rock, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for tuning in, Ricky. We got Nando Dominguez from the Cumbia King. Cumbia King. Wow, wow. Hey, you like that, my man? Hey, where's Gambino at, man? Where's Gambino? Shout out Nando Dominguez from the Cumbia Kings, man. Shout out to Joaquin Huerta, man. Joaquin's a good dude from San Antonio, bro. You know, he's got he's in a few bands. We linked up because my boy Sal Mex. I wrote a song and I was trying to find somebody, and Sal Mex is like, man, I got a guy that does that kind of music. Joaquin does like that old 70s, 60s soul music.
Okay, yeah,
you know, kind of like when Sonny Osuna was first starting out, or you know, even Jesse Serrata, he's got a few songs like that old Chicano soul, you know, sound. So, you know, go check out Joaquin's music, man. He's a good guy from San Antonio. Right. Shout out to my compadre Felix, you know, love you Felix, my compadre Henry. And saludos por my tocayo. We were speaking of Isaac de los Santos. Isaac says, speak his name and he shall come.
Come on.
Shout out to Isaac, man. My tocayo. We got Jesse Flores in the building. Dion, I was speaking to Dion too. Look, Dion heard his name and he came running. Out. Shout out to my boy Dion, man, and the A1 Empire, man. So Joaquin's band is Joaquin and the Glow Liners, man. They got that classic Chicano sound, like the Chicano soul sound, Sonny Osuna. And the Sunliners, or even like I said, Jesse Serrata. Yeah. You know, man, he's a good, cool vibe. You know, to deal with. We got Rick Mancha. Rick Mancha's here with us in the flesh, man. So hey, man, appreciate
Astros opening day, baby. H-Town. Hey, let's go Astros.
We took a loss. We lost today. It's all right, man. We'll get there. We lost by 1 run, 5-4. Against the most hated Yankees, man. Bang, bang. People say that I want to go to the Astros. I'm bringing a trash can. I'm banging it all game, man. I'm H-Town till I drown. Hey,
that's right. I know that's right. Come on.
Got the Astros on this one. One of these. I'm H-Town till I drown, bro.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll fight anybody at the game, man.
You already know.
I don't want to be fighting people, but hey, you gotta watch your place. You know what I'm saying? I went one time when you're not a Cowboys fan, right?
Oh, come on. I'm about to say,
I know.
I'm fixing to walk out right now.
I went to I took some clients of mine to the Cowboys and Texans game a long time ago, and they're Cowboys fans, so I was surrounded, bro. And man, I started talking so much shit. I'm a Texans fan till I die, bro. I'm a H-Town fan till I die, Rick.
Hey, well, let me clean that up. You know, I'm originally a Houston Oilers fan.
I was too. I cried. I only cried 3 times in my life. When the Oilers left, when the Rockets cut Scotty Brooks, because he's like, why did they cut me? I was like, man, that's Scotty Brooks. Why y'all do that, Scotty Brooks? And then when Littlefoot lost his mom, the dinosaur. I don't remember that movie. The Land Before Time.
Okay, yeah, I remember
that. The little long neck dinosaur. He lost his mom and he was sad. But after that, I ain't never cried. I'm joking, bro. But those are 3 times that tugged on my heart a little bit, dog. Because even Bruce Matthews was like, I don't even know what's going on. Remember the orders left in the middle of the night, bro? Yeah. Fucking Bud Adams.
So let me clean it up. You know, I have a 1989 silver anniversary edition Houston Oilers wool jacket.
Wow.
And I have it saved up.
Wow.
So you know, my dad was, you know, was a hardcore Dallas Cowboy fans, and I have a lot of friends of mine that are Cowboy fans. So, you know, shout out to all the Dallas Cowboys in
Nah.
H-Town Bad Boys, Houston, Texas.
There we go. We're
gonna go hit Super Bowl. We're gonna go to Super Bowl.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Ronald Chano, man. Ronald, we need to get up, Chanito, man. It's been too long, bro. Been hiding in them books, man. Come and find me, man. So Rick, let's get back to it, man.
Come on,
I know we did a little detour, everything.
That's all right.
So now you did some contests. You're back from college. You know, you're feeling good.
Oh yeah.
When did that music spark hit you, or did it never die? Did it fade? What's going on with that?
It never faded, man. You know, as when I was in the gay community, they actually had a room where they had instruments for for the guys to spend some time. You'd have to put your name down and you get an hour in the room. And I actually met some awesome musicians. It got to the point where that's where I met some of my brothers from the gospel ministry, and then I met some guys from Mexico that they were. His name was Mr. Banda. Dude was a beast on the guitar. I mean, he played Mana, whatever you wanted. He could play it right to the bone. And he asked me, he goes, "Hey, you want to sing some Spanish rock?" I said, "Spanish rock?" Back then, all I knew was Tejano. And I'm like, man, I don't think I know any of these songs. So, he kind of walked me through it, man. And when they would have like program and stuff, we'd actually perform for the people that would come.
Damn, don't tell me you did the bookies.
No, we didn't do none of that. We did something now. Mándame un señal. Antes de que te vayas, déjame mirar. But I mean, this guy was like rocking it, and it's like, wow, man, I've never heard Spanish music like this, because I grew up in Tejano and, and then I started listening to Conjunto and, everything. And I never heard of Spanish rock.
Hey, bro, I tell people all the time, too, because I'm Chicano. Like, I'm 7th. We didn't come to Texas. Mexico got bought, whatever you want to say, and the United States came around us.
Yeah.
Because my family is 7th, 8th generation Texan, and I'm a 5th generation Houstonian. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were here in loincloths. You know what I mean? So I'm a Chicano. You know?
Right.
But I didn't grow up listening to. I grew up listening to. My parents are only 20 and 20 years older than me, and I'm talking like 1 month, 20 and 20 years older.
Wow.
My mom's birthday's in September. My dad's birthday's in October. My birthday's in November. So my mom turned 20 in September. My dad turned 21 in October, and I was born in November 7th. And so they're barely, we're in the same generation. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I was growing up, my mom listened to, of course, Conjunto because my uncle and my family, and Tejano music, and then my dad listened to the classics, the oldies, the doo-wop, and then he liked Motown and classic rock.
Yeah.
And then they both listened to that popular music because they were kids, Madonna, the Tears for Fears, the 80s music, what we call 80s music now.
Yeah.
But I remember when I was a kid, man, and we would listen to Tejano and Conjunto, but now as I grew up, and my wife's from Dominican Republic, and it's weird because Dominican Republic, they have salsa, merengue, bachata, but they also listen to a lot of like romantico music Spanish, Juan Gabriel, Luis Miguel, Los Bucky, Marco Antonio Solis. And like to me, I'm like, ooh, Ana Gabriel, my wife, they get jamming and shit. I'm like,
I'm going to sleep.
Bro.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Mr.
I don't mean it like in a bad way. That's just not like, and they're like, you don't like this? You don't listen to this? I'm like, no, I didn't listen. I'm a Texan, man. I'm a cowboy, Chicano. You know what I mean? Like I'm a Tejano. Like we listen to Tejano and Conjunto, and that's as far as my Spanish. And of course Menudo because they was hot. Ricky Martin. Shout out to my boy Ricky. I too. Back in the 80s, I kept it moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, you had to like Menudo, bro.
Oh,
The only Spanish-looking people. Ricky Martin is Puerto Rican, but there was the only Spanish people that were representing us.
Yeah.
I used to thought Slash from Guns N' Roses was, and I like Slash a lot.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought he was Mexican. I didn't know. Slash is the original light skin. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
His dad's black and his dad's Jewish and his mom's black.
Wow.
So he's the original light skin, bro.
Wow.
I thought he was Mexican the whole time. I like Slash because I thought he was Mexican, bro.
I remember when La Sombra came out, I was like, first time I saw him, I said, Nudo? No disrespect, La Sombra.
Yeah.
I met Tony, I think I was 14 years old. I met him here in Baytown. Used to be the Rod and Reel dance.
Yeah.
And he came up there. And, that was actually my first time I ever got on stage. I believe I was 14 years old.
Wow.
I'm like, hey, he did a song called Shake, 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 Shake It, Baby. And all the girls, they're all teenagers. Like, going crazy for Tony, And I'm like, I said, hey, man, you mind if I sing the song with you? He says, you know how to sing? He said, a little bit. She's like, I don't know, man. I said, come on, man, just one song. He's like, all right. So I said, just play the same beat, and he did, and he started dancing and shaking, and all the girls were going crazy. Not for me, it was for Tony, of course. You know, I mean, I didn't have all the hair, as y'all can see. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't have that.
Did you have the mullet or no?
When I had hair, yes.
Damn, the mulletino.
Yeah, shaved on the side.
Damn, business in the front, fiesta para atrás.
No comment. Yeah, but yeah, you know, I mean, hey, Menudo, you know, I mean, that was one of the songs, the bands that I would listen to, and then La Sombra came out, and you know, I used to think they were Menudo because you know they were all young, kind of had similar looks a little bit, just
like La Fiebre. You know, you remember La Fiebre?
Yeah.
Them dudes looked like they was Guns N' Roses or Twisted, not Twisted Sister, but Guns N' Roses. You know, they look like Motley Crue. They look like the rock and roll. They look like the vampires from the Lost Boys.
Speaking of La Fiebre, big shout out to my good buddy Julian Gonzalez and La Fiebre.
La Fiebre.
Yeah, you guys doing, man?
Shout out to my boy J.R. Sanchez. He sang Borracho de Besos. Like I sang More Than Words to a girl. One time he sang fucking more than he sang Borracho de Besos to her. Shout out to my boy J.R. Sanchez, man.
Come on.
We didn't know how to sing. We're just trying to get some.
Hey,
you know?
there's nothing wrong with that, brother.
Just trying to get somebody to get close to us, bro. Shout out to my boy JR from the Port, Texas, man, singing Borracho de Besos. Speaking of La Fiebre, you know, we got speaking of La Sombra, I just talked about him earlier. He's gonna come. Shout out to my boy La Sombra, man. Shout out Carlos. I love you, bro. You know that. We got Rigo. He's still tuning in with us, and Miss Cindy, man. We appreciate y'all. You know, so when Tony and La Sombra, the group La Sombra, did they did the Sapo yet, or they didn't do the Sapo?
No, they were Sapo. Well, no, I think they did it afterwards. I think that's when they first came out. They came down to the Rod and Reel, you know, because they were out of Chicago. Yeah. And you know, but you know, when the Sombra would come, man, that place would get packed, you know. But you know, we were 14 years old, 15 years old. So, but yeah, no, I don't think Sapo was out yet at that time.
But you know, Rick, that's weird about music, right? Because we have such phenomenal songs from Conjunto and Tejano, but then you got a song like the Sapo, the Cumbia de Sapo, that's like out of left field. That's like, let's be realistic, you know, a little goofy and you know, But hey, I can remember. I could karaoke right now. You put it on.
Come on,
I can do the whole song right now just because. And at the time, I didn't even speak Spanish. I speak Spanish now.
You speak Spanglish.
But at the time when I was growing up, I heard it so many times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just got, you know, familiar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I used to like when they did the dance too, like, but they would dance like the Power Ranger, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they played at one time at the Guadalupe church in Magnolia. That's what it's called, the Guadalupe Plaza. They came too one time too, man, and it was really cool, man. There used to be thousands of people, bro.
Oh yeah.
And we have a picture. I need to find those pictures because I have a picture with shout out to Mr. Roman Martinez from the Hometown Boys.
What's up, Roman?
When he had all of his sons together, you know, we have a picture of me and my brothers when we were little boys in the 80s, you know. And then my little baby brother, shout out to my little brother Chris, my little brother Clue, he's a musician as well. He took a picture with Emilio, but they was like the same size. And my little brother's the shortest of my family. But my little brother probably in 5th grade. He was the same height as Emilio. But we have that picture still somewhere here in the house. Okay, you know, I gotta find it, man. Cool. It was pretty cool, man. So now you're 14 and you're getting on stage with Tony and La Sombra. You know what I mean? Yeah. When did you start saying I'm gonna do this professionally? You know what I mean?
Actually, it started about 4 years ago. Like I said, when I went to the Hangout, it used to be on Winkler.
Yeah.
And you know, Tony and Jose and Ciro were playing. Tony Ibarra from foreplay, and they gave me a chance, you know. And I got up there, you know, people applauded. And so then he was playing here at the Baytown Fairgrounds, and I just happened to go. It was his birthday party. I didn't know Tony was playing, and that's where he's like, "Hey man, you know, have you ever thought of making your own band? You know, you have a good voice. You know, you should think about, you know, pursuing it." You know, I said, "Man, you know what, Tony? I've always dreamed about it, but you know, I've never, you know, brother, just do it. Yeah. You're not getting any younger." And I said, "You know what, Tony?" I said, "You're right." So, and it just happened that I was in Baytown, and that's when Gabe commented on his post. He's like, "Rick, is that you?" I said, "Yeah, man." He goes, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" And that's where, you know, we reconnected, you know, and we've been going at it ever since. You know, we went out to the Humble Rodeo Cook-Off, and then from there we went to the Texan Club in Humble. Big shout out to the Texan Club in Humble, and we played there, and man, we had a lot of people. We opened up for the Garcia brothers.
Wow.
Un saludo por los Garcia brothers.
Hey, man, shout out to my good friend. Joey, I talk to sometimes, and it's like when I call him on the phone or he calls me, he's like, hey, Carnalito, it's Joey.
Yeah.
Come on, Joey, enjoy the legend, man. And the Garcia brothers, shout out to the Garcia brothers, bro.
Yeah.
Some legends, man. And I always tell Joey too, the cumbia they did with it was just Joey guest appearing featured with that cumbia. Man, I'm gonna have to look up the video.
Come on,
man. One of the best cumbias there is,
Hey,
man.
yeah.
Shout out to the Garcia brothers, bro. It's really good band.
My son's cousin, my son's mom's cousin, I believe he plays the accordion and the bajo. He's related to my
Oh, yeah?
my boys, yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, so we have quite a bit of family, that have been in the music for some time, and so for me, that's what really pushed me was, Tony and Jose, say, hey man,
Yeah.
you're doing really good, and I said thank you so much, and that's how we started, and we started looking for musicians, and I started getting these songs together, and speaking of the Garcia family from McAllen, my ex-father-in-law was Alfredo Garcia. He actually wrote that song, Al Pie de la Tumba. A big shout out to Ricardo Garcia in the house, who does One of Fort Tejano as well, in South Texas. But his dad actually wrote the song, which is my ex-father-in-law, which is called El Pie de la Tumba. And we did that at Fanfare. And a lot of people really like that song. So that's one of the songs that will be coming out on our CD. We'll be having a CD out in about 2 months. So y'all be looking out for our CD, H-Town Bad Boys. It's going to be called Vaso Vacío. We just hope you guys like the music that's going to come on out. But I also have some songs that my ex-father-in-law, Alfredo Garcia, he got inducted to the Hall of Fame as well.
Wow, man.
Before he passed. Yeah. And he's sold a lot of music to a bunch of big artists as well. I know Ricky Naranjo and the Gamblers, they sing that song a lot as well.
Yeah.
But that's one of the songs that hits close to home because last year at Fanfare, right after Fanfare, I lost my older sister, and a couple years before that, I lost my baby sister. So it was kind of a hard situation coming out of Fanfare, and then dealing with that, and so I kind of pulled away a little bit. And, I kind of wanted to stop, because I love both of my sisters, just my baby sister, she was my baby sister, and it was hard for me as a musician, trying to go forward, just going through the emotion, as we spoke about earlier, and dealing with the situation. And finally, my wife said, she goes, what are you doing? And I said, I just can't. And she's like, you think this is what your sister would want for you to do? And I said, no. She goes, then why are you doing it? She goes, she would want you to continue your dream and follow your dream. And I did. So I finally picked up again, and we started playing again. And, we got some gigs coming up. We're talking with some people out of Dallas that are looking to bring us out there. Crazy J. Also, we're trying to set a date with Glorious, where Soho used to be.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so and then we're trying to get into this Grito Fest in Baytown. Hopefully we can get in there as well, and we're just gonna see how it goes. We're just gonna keep pushing, and anybody out there that's looking, for a conjunto band, Tejano band, don't hesitate to call. My number is 832-801-9659. Once again, my phone number is 832-801-9659. You have any questions, you can call me for pricing. We do weddings, we do quinceañeras, we do backyard parties, and if you also need a DJ, we also have a DJ in a package all together. So don't hesitate to call me, or you can call Gabe, and check it out.
So speaking of Gabe, man, let me know how you and Gabe know each other, bro.
Man.
I know Gabe. Shout out to Gabe, man. Gabe's a good guy too, bro. I know he's backing you up on the drums and stuff, but
Yeah.
Let me know some of these guys in the band, man.
Man, Gabe is, he's a good guy, especially when he's asleep. But don't tell him I said that. He's probably eating wings right now, and he needs to save some for me. But me and Gab, we go back. We met. Ooh, it's been years. Yeah. So he's plays the drums for us, and he's a great drummer. Then I have Alejandro Elias, played with South Texas Homies. I believe he still plays with. Yeah, he still plays with them. I'm sorry, and Alex has always helped us out, man. Badass bass player.
Shout out to Alex. Alex used to play with my stepdad,
Really?
Richard Martinez. Rich, shout out to my stepdad. I love you so much, Richard Martinez. He used to play with a guy named Cecil Torres.
Okay.
I don't know if their band was called Cecil Torres and Tejano Fusion.
Yeah.
And shout out to one of my best friends in this world, Rick Martinez. Rick Martinez. Too many Ricks.
Yeah.
Rick Mancha, Rick Sanchez, Rick. Shout out to my good friend Rick Sanchez when we had the cantina.
Yeah.
And we were at the Pasadena Cantina. My stepdad, Richard, it was his birthday, so we had his party over there.
Okay.
And Invicto was playing that night. So I always joke with Rich, my stepdad always joke with Richard. I told him, I say, hey man, I already set it all up for you. You're gonna play the drums. I already got it. You're gonna fill in tonight. And he was like, nah, for real. I was like, yeah. And I love him so much, but he's a gullible something. He knows me more. It's crazy because my mom and my stepdad have been married. That's almost the same time that my dad and my mom are married. You know what I mean? So it's been a long time. And again, talking about life, sometimes it wasn't easy for me at the time because I love my parents.
Yeah.
But God put a good man to my mom, and he takes care of my mom, and he's been always great to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I love him a lot. You know what I mean? But I'm a jokester. And I love setting them up. It's too easy. Sometimes it makes it too easy for me,
Right.
So I told him it was his birthday. We had a big party for him, and Victor was playing. Some other bands were playing. So I told him, I said, hey, Richard, hey, man, I already set it up, bro. You just got to go play the drums. He's like, for real? He's like, oh, man. Because his brother had passed away, so he stopped playing. Okay. But Richard, my stepdad, has played the drums for 40 years, bro, like in numerous bands, filled in, like and that's why I was getting to the point. Alex, Alejandro, used to play with him before too.
Okay.
So that night, it just happened to be Alex was playing the bass for Invicto. Shout out to Jose and then my boy Diego de la Cruz. Diego's a wrestler, bro.
Yeah.
Diego plays the accordion and he's a wrestler too.
Yeah.
We went to go see him in Texas City when Booker T's wrestling.
Okay.
I took my kids over there, man. We was all for Diego that night, man. Diego came out with the accordion and he's wrestling.
Yeah.
That's the shit. I love wrestling. So I wore my, how I dress when I have my shows with the suits and stuff. So hold on real quick, Rick. So somebody told me one time the other day, why are you not in your dressed up? And because hey, this is more private. You know what I mean? Like this is me. I can't take the glasses off. I'm like Cyclops. If I take the glasses off, it's gonna melt everything here. That's why I keep the glasses on still.
You good, brother?
But I don't wear the jackets and the fancy. Like this ain't about that.
Yeah.
This is more like intimate. Private. Like we're sharing our conversation. This is my envision of the Mundo podcast, and the reason I call it the Mundo podcast because everything I do is something with the world.
There you go.
The Word is Yours Entertainment, the Mundo podcast, the Pharmacy World, the World You Trust. Any album that I help people put out has always got Sumo World, Sav World, something to do with the world. And people say, well, that's Scarface, and I do have a mural of Scarface behind me, but it really has nothing to do with Scarface. When I was a kid, my dad used to tell me, son, I can't give you the world, but I can show you how to take it.
Yeah,
and that's what inspires me because the world is yours. And that's where I got my motto I came up with.
Right.
The world is yours. What you do with it, though, the world is yours. What you do with it is up to you.
Right.
Everybody's guaranteed that in this world. Everybody is granted that in this world. The world is yours. What you do with it is up to you. And that's yes, of course I have Tony Montana in the back right here where he's looking at the blimp just because it made sense to put the word, what I mean? But it really has nothing to do with Scarface.
Okay,
and more of the grand, I was gonna say the global, but that's gonna make it too much. But the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like we're all born on this world the same.
Yes.
No matter if your parents are rich, poor, where you're from, where you're at, where this or that, you can allow all the excuses you want to put in front of you, because an excuse is an obstacle your mind creates.
Yes.
And you can create limits all that you want to say this. But I guarantee, go look up somebody from the same exact limits makes.
Yeah.
Why? Because they didn't allow those chains, they didn't allow those limits to bind them.
Yes.
And they found a way to create to get out of that.
Yes.
So that's why I call my entertainment company The World Is Yours. You know what I mean? And my logos are my little boys. See the logo that's in the top right corner? That's my little son, my little baby son.
Okay.
Ali. He was wearing a suit one day at my mom's house for Christmas. And that suit he was wearing, he had my cell phone, and I took a picture of him. And that's why hey man, I got all these nigglets. I gotta use them, man. I gotta make some money somehow. And then my other logo is my other son. He had a birthday party, a Hawaiian themed birthday party my wife had for him. And you know how the kids are in the parties, they stayed up all night partying, drinking the Kool-Aids and eating the pizza, the hot dog. So he woke up in the morning, it was a Hawaiian theme. So he had his Hawaiian shirt on. And my son Chico, hey, he's right there. Look, he said, hey, Chico, I love you. His hair's a little curly, so he woke up and he looked like Scarface when he shot that Colombian dude with the Hawaiian shirt and the curly hair.
Oh yeah.
So I told him, go get. He has a little cap gun pistol. So he pointed at me, and I took the picture, and I had it made to my other logo. But I don't use that one so much in the Tejano because I don't want people to think,
you're encouraging.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my rap stuff and we're going all the way out. But I use my little baby son. He's over here. Look right there. I the camera. There he is.
I see it.
My little baby son with the phone. That's the one I use mostly. But those are my kids. Those are actually my own kids that I had made to my logos, bro.
Yeah, man, that's beautiful.
But that's what I said. The opportunity that we are given, bro.
Oh yeah.
To make mistakes and to come back and to multiple times.
Yeah.
Something I posted on my Facebook, bro. And I don't mean to go back to God, but it's just something I like. It just ties in, right?
Yeah.
Even though we have the nail and the hammer in our hands, He still forgives us.
Oh yeah,
bro. You know how fucking deep that is, dude.
Oh yeah.
We nailed Him to the cross, and even then, He forgives us.
Yeah.
Even then, at that moment in time, when the two murderers and rapists were on the cross with him, and Barabbas, they let Barabbas go free, and they chose to sacrifice Jesus, crucify Jesus. And even the guy told him, Jesus, I'm sorry. And he's like, fear not, I'll take you with me. And the other guy was like laughing, and Jesus took the other guy with him. You know what I mean? Like, even though we nailed Him to the cross, He still forgives us, bro. Like, that's how deep the world is yours is. That's what the world is yours means. It's not Tony Montana and Scarface. Yes, it has a little. Of course, I'm influenced. It has a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But on the grand scheme of things, it's my dad telling me, like, I can't give it to you, son, but I can show you how to get it. And the little position that I do got in this world is because I put in the work to get to that point. Honest work, hard work, clean work. I don't have to worry about the cops. I don't have to worry about looking over. We all got to look over our shoulder, but you know what I'm talking about. Sure. Looking over our shoulder, you know what I mean? Right. But I put in the work to get to where I'm at, bro. It wasn't easy, bro. I just saw the picture the other day that came across my Facebook when I posted something. I don't really like posting a lot of personal, but I posted a picture of my little son, Chico. He was crying because we were supposed to do something that day, and it makes me sad. Now, I almost will start crying thinking about it.
Right.
Because I took a picture of him, and I wanted to see so people could see what it takes to be me. We were supposed to do something, and I couldn't do it because I ended up having to go to work, and my son was crying, and I took a picture of him crying, and I posted it. This is what it takes to be the best. This is what it takes to be on top. And that fucking hurts me, bro. Like I said, I will cry right now if I think about it too much. Yeah. It hurts me to know my kids are hurting because of me. Yeah. But I have to be a dad. I have to support. Where do you draw the line, though? Yeah. To say enough's enough, and I have to continue. That's the battle that I battle on an every day. That's what I do. That's what it takes to be me. And it's not easy, bro. It's not. But I'm going to take on that battle every day. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like that's the battle that I choose to battle every day, because the happiness, the growth, and the growth of my family, that's what's required.
Yeah.
Because as a dad, sometimes we have to make that hard choice.
Yes.
We have to take our own feelings out of it.
Yes.
And it hurts because we have to pay bills.
Yeah.
The water's going to get cut off. Lights are going to get, we have to provide.
Yes.
And it hurts.
We do.
But we have to continue to grow.
Yes.
And we have to continue to progress, you know, and then sometimes those are the worst lessons I have are from my own kids and my own family. And glory to God, we still move, brother. But that's what the word is yours. That's what the Mundo podcast and all this whole Mundo world, that's what it's all about, bro.
I know, brother. I know.
That's what it's all about. So Rick, now we done been through Baytown, we done been through you're winning the contest now. So you know, you said you're gonna put out this album soon, and you know, I seen y'all was at Fanfare. You want to play a little snippet of Fanfare, man?
Yeah, come on, bring it,
So
brother.
look, you know, Rick Mancha and the H-Town Bad Boys, they was over at Fanfare. They got Ruben Laredo, my boy Gabe, and then your bass player, what's his name?
Alex.
Oh, it's Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, man,
The
Alex.
bajo player is Louis Pulido. That have lost your mind.
Let me get this right. We got Alex on the bass, man. That's Alex right there. Look, I didn't recognize him over there, bro. Hold on, let me get this set up, man. So you know, Rick, they and his guys, they was over at Fanfare, and they played. So let me get this set up. What we got over here? Take all this stuff down. Oh, yeah. So they was at Fanfare not this past weekend, like a weekend ago, last weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. Last weekend that passed. So we're gonna play a little bit of their Fanfare show. And we had who recorded it? Nelson Roman from TejanoLive.com. We appreciate the feed.
Yes.
We're gonna share that right now with H-Town Bad Boys. So y'all tune into this. Watch a little bit of that. New program. Technical difficulty, but let me get back to it. Man, right there. So y'all check this out, man. Y'all check this out. It's Rick Mancha and H-Town Bad Boys. Y'all check it out. Let me know what you think.
All right. Bring it down just a little bit, guys. Bring it down just a little bit. This song right here is going out to each and every one of you that have lost your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your best friend, whoever it is. If you've lost someone, listen to the words of this song, okay? This is called Alivio de la Tumba. It's written by my ex-father-in-law, Mr. Alfredo Garcia. Thank you, Ricardo Garcia, for sending me the song, all right? So, if any of you lost a loved one, Maria, I know you lost your mom.
Hey, appreciate y'all tuning in with us, man. That's my boy Charlie, man. Appreciate you joining, Charlie.
Me fui al cementerio a soltar el llanto, a ver si llorando te puedo olvidar. Ahora comprendo que es imposible, porque ya mi vuelta te dejo llamar. Madrecita, dormido de sueño, despierto contigo, y dentro de mi alma siempre vivirá. No puedo olvidarte, yo quiero sentirte, que me lleves lejos a donde
Now we're getting paid.
Quisiera escuchar tu voz. Quisiera abrazarte, quisiera besarte, pero es imposible, tú ya estás conmigo. Send them to me, make some noise, come on, man. Para mis hermanas que más descansen, Maria, going out to your mom. Yes, and everybody. Going out to my wife, your mom and dad down in heaven. Papi, mamacita. Voy al cementerio a soltar el llanto, a ver si pronto te puedo olvidar. Ahora comprendo que es imposible, que ya no te dejo de amar. Al pie de la tumba, mirando hacia el cielo, quisiera escuchar tu voz. Quisiera abrazarte, quisiera besarte, pero es imposible, tú ya estás conmigo. San Antonio, I don't know what you got, make some noise, come on. Come on, somebody clap your hands for my guys in the house.
All right. That was Rick Mancha and the H-Town Bad Boys over in Fanfare, man. Y'all did good, bro. It seemed like there was a good crowd out there with you. I know y'all got some good likes and watches and feedback on Facebook. Shout out to thehanolive.com for recording that footage. Nelson Roman, salute and appreciate you for capturing that footage for my good friend Rick Mancha and the H-Town Bad Boys. Shout out to my cousin Marie. I love you. My cousin Marie in the building. But so now, Rick, we done we talked a lot today, man. We've been going on for an hour and 45 minutes of us just blabbing and having a conversation, but this is what I wanted it to be about, Rick. This interview, this podcast, whatever you want to say, is exactly what I want. This is what I want, two friends sitting and just having a conversation that we're broadcasting so that everybody can watch it. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk. We've talked about good. We've talked about bad. We've talked about God. We've talked about the Mount Rushmore of David Lee. We've talked about the keyboard versus the accordion. We talked about the guitar versus the bajo sexto.
Yeah.
We've talked about, Baytown. We talked a lot, man. And man, I greatly appreciate you being here and all that your insight so that the people, and my audience can get to know you and see you, man, because I know the person you are, Rick.
Thank you,
I know the musician you are, and I know the entertainer that you are.
Thank you,
I want the rest of the world to see that. I want the rest of my audience to see that so that they can book you on the next show, and they need you, like you said, for a wedding, for a quinceañera, for a divorce party, for a faja in the backyard, for you want to throw some barbecue and have somebody sing and some people come, give it Rick. You need a band for a show, give it Rick. That this is what it's about, bro.
Right,
I mean, you let some highs, you let some lows, and this is what the podcast is about because we're not perfect.
Right.
And this is sometimes it's hard as people that are in. I don't believe in entertainer and celebrity, and that shouldn't mean nothing to me, bro. We're all human beings.
Yes.
I got really famous friends that would be considered, you would say, celebrity. You know,
Right.
played in the NFL, played in the NBA, played Major League Baseball, played this, or professional this, people that are famous rapper, famous musician. That don't mean shit to me, bro.
Right.
How you treat me and how you respect me is I'm gonna do the same to you. Like, we're human beings. Like, it
Yes,
don't even me. I don't have fans. I have friends and family, bro. I have friends and family that support me. I don't have fans. I don't believe in that kind of thing, bro. I'm a human being just like everybody else. I'm nobody. We're all equal on this life called, you know, this journey called life is what I wanted to say.
Yes.
You know, and I don't take that celebrity there. And you know, and you know, I do a lot with the hosting and showing and do shows, and you know, people see me and they're like, "Hey," I say, "Hey, at any time, bro, you know, I take a picture with anybody. You're on Facebook Live, put me on live. Hey, hi, I'm here with you. You know, like,
come on.
You're where we're at right now. That's where the party's at. You know what I mean? Like, I do my best to support everybody, and I want everybody to have a good time on this. We're only given the average age of a man on this planet is only like 62 years old, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's a short time, bro.
It is.
That's a short time to put up a changa, you know? Like,
hey, it's long but short. It's long but short.
When we come out of the womb, we start dying. You know, getting aged and aging and getting a birthday every year is meaning that you're dying. You're decaying every year. We're not born immortal like we used to be.
That's true.
As soon as we come out of the womb, we start decaying and start dying.
Yeah.
Every birthday passes means you're dying every day. You know, we are dying every day, bro.
Right.
But we don't live that way.
No, we don't.
We live like we're gonna be 800 years old again. You know, when Moses and when you know, Noah made the ark, he was 800 and something years old.
Imagine being that many years.
You know, when he took Isaac to kill Isaac because God told him to kill him, he was 600 something years old.
Yeah.
And then God said, "No, I was just testing you to see if you're gonna kill." Why was he gonna kill Isaac though, bro? What did Isaac do?
What did Isaac do?
Isaac was 200 years old. But what I'm trying to say is, bro, we got to get busy living and get busy having, you know, enjoying the experience instead of worrying about the destination.
That's right.
Because the destination is we come out and we're gonna go back down.
That's right.
That's the destination.
That's it.
Enjoy it between that, bro.
Yes.
However long the Lord gives us to do that, however long it may be, how short it may be, we got to live it, bro.
Yes.
So what is coming up now with the H-Town Bad Boys, you know, and Rick Mancha? What is your next couple of moves and where you're going to be at, and what can we expect from y'all coming up here the next couple of months?
Brother, you know, we got some things in the works right now. Nothing's been confirmed, but, you know, like everything else, you know, everything is a process. You know, you got to go through the channels and get them done. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, I know Roy Mesa Promotions is trying to get us at a spot. Excuse me. And Crazy J from Dallas. I know Panchito Bautista out there in San Antonio. You know, he's trying to help us out a little bit too. You know, get some gigs out there and stuff. So we're supposed to do something in May with Gloria from Soho. Big shout out to Gloria's. Mario from the Shoot as well. Also, before I go any further, I'm going to do a shout out to Ruben Laredo, Alejandro Elias, and Louis Pulido. Louis Pulido plays the bajo for me, and also Edward Garza. Thank you for always helping us out. También, you know, when Edward's one of the few musicians that would help me out as well. Thank you, and you know, it's just it's in the works. You know. We're not gonna be held down. We're gonna keep moving forward. You know, I know that there's a lot of venues and things going on. You know, I talked to Mundo San Roman, trying to see if I can get out there towards the valley as well. But you know, everything's a process. So once I get the CD out, you know, people have more of our music, more of our style. They can know what we're about and know how we play, and you know, we can go from there. Other than that, you know, I want to give once again God all the praise and glory for allowing us to be here. Thank you, my brother Isaac, for inviting me to be out here and for your time and opportunity. I just pray that God bless each and every one of you out there. And, you know, like I mentioned before in the podcast. Oh, one more shout out. Daniel Torres, he's a personal trainer. He's trying to get me right. Y'all need a personal trainer. Y'all look at Daniel Torres. And
He's gotta get you right, bro. I see you up there doing the tawa tao. You know,
this side.
You
can't see it in the shirt.
you be doing the Emilio Shuffle, the tawa tao. You doing all that up there, dog. I thought you was up there dancing, bro. You're doing it all, man. It's hard. It's hard. You know, people don't understand. Like Michael Jackson, he used to actually dance and sing, like for real.
Wow.
Like, bro, you know how hard that is to just because people. Okay, as a performer, right? Let me break some little secrets down. You know, as a performer, it's breathtaking, right?
Yes.
To even just see an audience.
Yes.
Not only to see the audience, but to dance around, to remember your words, to remember if you
remember the right step.
Yeah. That's just breathtaking.
Yes.
And then to actually have to sing on top of that and be on key and on point. And then not only that, but to dance without having to be like, hey, bro, I don't envy you. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot that goes into it. I understand it's a lot that goes into it. You know what I mean? And you know, somebody like yourself that's an entertainer that, you know, you don't want to just stand there in one spot. You know, you're dancing and you're moving and, you know, you're trying to entertain the crowd. You know what I mean? I understand it's a lot that goes with it, man. And
real quick, I told my wife, you know, I said, I wish I could explain the feeling when I get up there and get on stage, you know, but there's no words for it. You know, there's no words for when you love what you do. And it's like the saying goes, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Facts.
But brother, I thank you once again. I really appreciate you. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Facebook, TikTok, what's the other one? Twitter,
Instagram, Twitter,
you know,
YouTube, everybody. We're everywhere today.
Yeah. You guys ever need a band, Conjunto Tejano band, you know, feel free to call us, you know. Don't hesitate. That's what we're here for. And you guys have a great evening, and I hope to see each and every one of you soon.
Appreciate that, Rick.
Yes,
so, man, it's been a great conversation with you today, man. I'm glad our audience was able to enjoy it with us. You know, like I said, we've talked a lot. We've talked, you know, from everything from God, going to college, Baytown, Houston, and everything in between, man.
Yes.
And if you need, like you said, if you need a good Conjunto Tejano band, give it Rick Mancha, man. Shout out to my boy Gabe. You know, he's in. I wish you were here today, Gabe. You ordered stuffing chicken wings, but hey, next time, next time. And you know, Rick's a good guy, man. A good person, bro. We all make mistakes, but it's how we respond to those mistakes is really what makes a man, bro.
Yes, sir.
And I applaud you, bro, and I congratulate you, and I'm proud of you for taking the steps that it takes for redemption, bro. Because redemption is a hard thing, you know. Redemption. I can't tell you, hey, Rick, it's going to take 3 months to be redeemed.
Right.
Only time is going to tell.
That's right. That's right.
And I don't know about you. Time is my most valuable currency, bro.
It is.
Time is undefeated, though. This is the motherfucking time I hate. I hate time, bro.
And you know why? Because tomorrow's promised to no one.
No one, bro. If we wake up and see that sunrise, glory to God, bro.
Be grateful.
We made it. We made it for another day, bro.
Yes.
God blessed us. You know, speaking of, man, I just lost a lady that was a neighbor of mine from the port, Miss Norma, who was a close family friend that we've known since we've been little boys, man. She was at the drugstore and she passed away just in line waiting for her medicine. Wasn't sick, didn't even know she was gonna die that day, bro. She passed away the other day. Her husband, Mr. Joe, passed away a long time, many years before, man. And there was some of the greatest, just like old-fashioned people that you ever could know, man. Mr. Joe, anytime we saw him outside, he saw us. He had, you know, like the old neighbor that should give you the old, like Andy Griffin. He's got all the old wise knowledge to give to you, you know.
Right.
Oh, you're going too fast. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And Miss Norma's finally with him, man. So I want to, you know, hope Miss Norma's finally with Mr. Joe again and they find happiness again, man.
Yes, I hope they do.
But like we're saying, man, she was in line getting her medicine and she just passed away right there, bro. My little brother Sean still lives across the street from them, and she was talking to our other neighbor, Miss Gloria, and then the same day, bro. Yeah. She told her, I'm gonna go to the store if you need anything. She passed away that day, bro. Same, like but I'm trying to say is we don't know when our time is called, bro.
That's right.
You know, we don't know when God needs us at that moment.
That's right.
And sometimes that's a little bit hokey almost. We can say, well, if I died, that means God needed me home or whatever. But it's egotistical to believe that in one moment.
That's right.
But if you break down your whole life in a whole, like a slideshow, and look at all the times God saved you or put you in this position, you will realize the slideshow doesn't equal, bro.
Amen,
you know what
amen
I mean?
to that. Amen to that.
So, Rick, I'm going to tell you, bro, if you need help putting out your album, man, let me know, man.
will.
The Word Is Yours Entertainment will help you out. We're not only an entertainment company, we're also a record label. I can help you put your music out if you need
Appreciate
it.
it, brother.
You know,
Thank
I've
you.
offered my assistance to many bands and many conjuntos here in the local Houston area. I also, like I want to do maybe like a workshop coming up soon.
Okay.
Because conjunto, we have a lot of older people in it, man.
Yes.
And they're not Facebook and technology savvy.
Yes.
And I'm willing to help, bro. I'm not going to charge you. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I just want us to put as Houston conjunto.
That's right.
And Houston Tejano to put our best foot forward, man. You know what I mean? Like, if it takes me an afternoon, I'm going to put it out there. Hey, I'm going to have a workshop for anybody that wants to come, and I'll help you create a page. You guys already have a page. So look, y'all go follow the H-Town Bad Boys. They're on Facebook. It's a page. Go follow it. H-Town, not apostrophe, what is it? Dash Town Bad, BADD Boys, BOYZ. H-Town Bad Boys, double D's. The double D. Look, hello, the double D's. But y'all make sure y'all go follow the H-Town Bad Boys, man. They have
Instagram.
They also have an Instagram, the H-Town Bad Boys. I didn't know that. Actually, I could have tagged you on Instagram because I've been tagging the podcast. I could have tagged you on Instagram. So y'all go follow the H-Town Bad Boys on Instagram, Facebook, so y'all can stay in touch with all their next available shows and their up-and-coming CD. And if you need help with your CD putting out, let me know, bro.
I appreciate it.
We'll get it out there. Shout out to my Tío, Joe Molina, Los Rumores. Like I said, we have both their albums out now. You can go check them out on any digital or streaming service on all platforms. You can tag their videos on Facebook and all that good stuff. And then The World You Trust, my group, my hip-hop group.
Come on.
The World You Trust, we just put out 2 songs today. We put out a song called Power. It's featuring The World You Trust, featuring K Reno and my boy Rashid, called Power. And we also released another song today, a 2-for-1 today.
Wow.
Another song from The Word You Trust featuring Beans from MTV and VH1 shows called Blood. So y'all go check those 2 out, man. It's called The Word You Trust. Is the name of my hip-hop group.
Okay.
This podcast ain't just a Tejano or a conjunto hip-hop, this or that. It's a people podcast, man. That's why I call it Mundo podcast, because Mundo means the world, bro.
There you go.
The world is yours. What you do with it is up to you. Hey, I could have ended it right there. I could have ended it right there. That was too good.
That's it.
But Rick, anything else before we get off this podcast, brother? Anything else you got to say?
Hey, guys, just let your people know, let your friends, family know, to tune into Mundo live podcast, So y'all stay tuned because Isaac's going to bring out some more people, great more musicians, hip-hop, Christian, all that other good stuff, Tejano Conjunto, So just be listening out. Make sure y'all share and have your people tune in. God bless each and every one of y'all. Good night. Love you, baby.
On behalf of my boy Rick Mancha from the H-Town Bad Boys, and on behalf of all the H-Town Bad Boys, this is Ice from the Word Is Yours Entertainment. We appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. We made it exactly almost on the dot of 2 hours. Let's look that, bro. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all. Y'all check it out. Y'all have a good night. We'll catch y'all next week.
God bless.
The word is yours. What you do with it is up to you.
No weaponry, I mean especially the world. Yeah, this world belong to everybody. And I got so much more to study. You think they hate me, but I know they love me. Won't see